For an update on what's happening down there, the former acting commissioner of the Border Patrol and visiting fellow at the Heritage Foundation, Mark Morgan. Mark, nice to see you. We also have former Milwaukee Sheriff David Clark with us. Gentlemen, great to have you both back on Wake Up America. President Trump spoke about how the Biden administration is handling the situation at our southern border yesterday on Newsmax. Take a listen.
Well, I think it's great that they reversed themselves, but a lot of damage was done because we were going to have that wall almost complete. It delayed 2.5 years because of lawsuits. The Democrats sued us in Congress, many suits, and we won all of the suits, and we started building it, and we were almost finished, and then they called it into it, and it's, just incredible. Mm-hmm. But if they agree that they're going to complete it, it's very little to complete. If they agree that they're going to complete it, that's a great thing.
Alejandro Mayorkas, Mark, said that the Biden administration is considering patching those holes up because workers on January 20th, when he signed that executive order, were told to basically put their tools down. 20 holes in Texas alone, 9 in Arizona. The Border Patrol just they don't have the resources to cover all these. But is this sort of an I told you so moment for the Trump administration if this happens?
It is to some degree, along with a lot of other, a piece of information briefings that we gave them. Look, leading up to during their Biden transition, we gave them over 200 briefings where we warned them if they did what they have done, that they would create this unmitigated crisis. They ignored us. They ignored the border security experts. They removed our policies, authorities, and essential tools like the wall. But look, I'm not overly excited right now. I was still in place when we were putting this briefing package together on the wall, right. Telling them about the gaps and gates and other areas that we needed to complete. Look, the secretary's already shown that he says one thing to the workforce behind closed doors, and then what actually happens when he says to the American people is actually the opposite. So what I'm being told right now is they're looking at maybe putting in some gates, filling in some small gaps, maybe including some technology, but that's at best. We're not going to see another 200, 300 miles of wall being built. That's not going to happen.
Yeah. Mark, I'm going to ask you the same question. I've got Congressman Tom Tiffany. He was just at the border coming on in just a little bit. More than 100 lawmakers have visited the border. Why isn't the president gone? Why isn't the vice president gone?
Yeah, look, myself and former acting National Director Tom Holman, we're retired, and we've been to the border with those congressional delegations. We were there last week in McAllen, Texas, in the RGV area. We stood there next to congressional members, over a dozen sheriffs and ranchers, and we addressed the American people. We told them the truth about the crisis that's happening. And look, this is a time when our president and vice president should be standing tall and should have been in there standing right next to us, being honest with the American people. Instead, they're nowhere to be found. They're still trying to convince American people what we're seeing, we're not actually seeing, and the crisis doesn't really exist. But I got to tell you, Vice President Harris, this is the same individual who, as a senator, referred to the ICE as the KKK, called them racist. Her time in California, she bragged about the fact she prevented the law enforcement in California from working with federal agencies to remove criminal aliens. Look, so this is like putting the coyote in charge of the chicken coop. So I'm actually glad she's nowhere to be found because she's just going to make a bad situation worse.
Thanks for watching the Heritage Foundation's YouTube channel. With more than 500,000 members, we are the nation's largest conservative research and education institution. We believe the principles and ideas of the American founding are worth conserving and renewing. Please help us further our mission by subscribing to this channel and sharing our videos with your family and friends.